We won't start immediately. We'll still start at 6:15. We'll just behave ourselves at 6:30.
Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It's time to get ready for our Shabbat if you're already on our live stream, to gather your candles, and to be ready to start this Shabbat together. So take a few moments to find a seat, to get by your TV or your computer, and to have your prayer book ready if you have one with you. If not, I believe that there's a link to some of our prayers this evening through our Boxcast. And possibly through Facebook as well. So we'll start in just a couple moments. Please sing with us from your homes. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are glad to be here in our sanctuary and glad that you are able to join us from your homes. As our sanctuary extends to your homes and your homes extend here, we've become accustomed to feeling connected even if we can't see each other in the same space. And so we welcome this Shabbat together as we also welcome Aaron Freed, who we have missed over the last few months. You cannot see him, but when you hear a beautiful male voice, it is not mine. It is his. He's joining us as we're bringing back our WOW worship, which was a wonderfully musical participatory service that we started earlier this year, and we were so grateful to have Aaron join us and bring his musical talents on piano and guitar and banjo and his voice as well to join Cantor Kathy. And so he's joining us this evening as we welcome Shabbat together. We encourage you to find your candles as we'll join together in the blessing over our Shabbat candles found on page 2 in our prayer books.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Mizmor Shir, page 13.
Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir, Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. 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 Lai, 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 lai. Yay, la, 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 la. Yeah, la, 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 la. Yay, la, 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 la. Yeah, la, 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 la. Yay, la, 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 la. Yeah, la, 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 la. Yay, la, 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 la. Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir, Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir, Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir, Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. Mizmor, Mizmor, Shir, Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
Page 20, Lechadodi.
La 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 lecha dodi. Ya la 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 likrat kala. Ya la 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 penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 penei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachur b'dibur echad. Hi shemiyanu el hamayuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shemo tiferet belit hilah. La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 penei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'orech kumi uri, 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 shir daberi, kavod Adonai, alayich ningla. La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 penei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 penei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise and face the entrance to your home. Boi v'shalom ateret bala. Gama basimecha uvasachola toch emunei am segula boi chala boi chala. La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 penei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 penei Shabbat nekabela.
Page 26.
Yikadal v'yikadash shemi rabba v'yamad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechun וביום מלכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה, ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמירה במבורך, לעולם ועמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה, ויתהלל, שמנו קדושה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דמירון בעלמה, ויאמרו Amen.
We are so anxious to move forward to know when there will be a finish line to this world that we're living in, when we will be able to return to what we call normal. Our prayer book asks us not to look that far into the future, but rather just into the next day. I share this prayer as we begin to turn towards our Baruch Hu. And with our musical service this evening, as we will introduce that Baruch Hu with the words, am I awake? Am I here, ready to take that next step forward, not months ahead, but into the coming hours, the day that is Shabbat, the week that lies ahead? Will we make progress every day? Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach our lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalalalalay, 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 yalalalalay. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed.
Before we share the words of Roll into Dark, our next prayer leading into our Shema, I want to recall an interview I heard this week about the way the world has changed this year. And so many parents especially spend their day trying to entertain and teach their children, and many are working well into the evening hours. The day seems to roll into night with exhaustion. We pray now that our day rolls into night with a sense of peace, Shabbat, some rest, some time with our loved ones, not in exhaustion, but a time for us to return our energy to ourselves and to this world. Roll into Dark, Shema and V'ahavta, pages 30 through 36.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malachuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed. And thou shalt love Adonai thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in thy heart, shall be in thy heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou risest up, and when thou liest down, and when thou liest down. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them on the doorpost of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, that ye may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
So often throughout history, at the dark times, we have called upon God to be present in the moment. And so often, as we look back, especially through the recent history, by comparison to world history, the recent history of our young country, we have relied on the book of Exodus to be a narrative for us in our fight for civil rights, for the civil rights of African Americans, for the civil rights of the LGBTQ community. We have used the journey of marching from slavery to freedom through the wilderness and towards a promised land as our narrative to call upon God to be present in this moment as we continue to march in that direction. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, There is one God in heaven and earth. That the high heavens declare your glory, and may earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for that day, when the nations will be one and at peace, when our nation will be one and at peace, and then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לשני משה. זה לינו ואמרו, זה לינו ואמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה.
Hashkivenu, page 42.
As I lay my head to rest, will you watch over me? Shield me from danger in the shelter of your wings, and illuminate my dreams. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shamreinu l'chayim, l'chayim. When the moon slips out of sight and the sun comes out to shine, will you return my soul to me? When I open up my eyes, Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shamreinu l'chayim, l'chayinu. Sukat shlomecha ufros aleinu, Sukat shlomecha ufros aleinu, Sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shamreinu l'chayim,
pray as if everything depends on God, but we act knowing that it depends on us. We rise now as we turn towards the east, towards Israel, as we share the words of the Amidah, our most personal prayers.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur v'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imachot, U'mevi Geula, Lifnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer, U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai mechayeh hakol ata Rav lehoshia morid hata mechakel chayim bechesed mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim somech noflim morafei cholim Umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umido melach, melech meimit, umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol.
Grant us peace, O God, your most precious gift. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, v'lo yilmadu od milchama. May all of us, nations against nations, people against people, not take up fights against each other. May we never know war. Rather, may we have the most abundant sense of peace find its way to our streets, to our cities, and to our country and the world. Page 60, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Shalom Rav
Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Shalom Rav
Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah melech Adon lechol hashalom.
Ki atah melech Adon
Lechol hashalom.
Shalom Rav
Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
Shalom Rav
Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov ve'edecha levarech et amcha Yisrael. V'chalet v'chashat b'shlomecha.
Shalom Rav
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim
silently.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. And it flows like a river. It flows like a river. It flows like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. And it flows like a fountain. It flows like a fountain. It flows like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean in my soul. And it flows like the ocean. It flows like the ocean. It flows like the ocean in my soul. Sim shalom tova tova uvracha chin v'chesed v'rachamim. Sim shalom tova tova uvracha chin v'chesed v'rachamim. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. And it flows like a river. It flows like a river. It flows like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. And it flows like a river. It flows like a river. It flows like a river in my soul.
We pray for that peace to find its way not only to the entirety of our world, but also to those people whom we know personally, the people who we know are suffering because their body, their soul, their spirit is injured in these moments, and we wish for them a refuah shlema, a return to the fullest sense of themselves. For all of those whom we know and love, we wish them that sense of healing with these words, page 253, the words of Mishaberach. Those who are joining us on Facebook, feel free to type into the chat the names of those you are thinking about, and those of you who are at home can also say their names out loud.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor Habracha Laimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor Habracha Leavotenu.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are probably all aware that we are just a week away, a little more than a couple weeks away from the 4th of July. My guess is many of us were less aware until these recent days that today, the 19th of June, is known as Juneteenth, a different celebration of a day of independence, the day in which the last slaves were freed in Galveston, Texas, 2 years after independence was granted. Those slaves finally were freed on June 19th. And so June 19th has become a day to celebrate that independence and that freedom, even though we know the struggle that came after and continues. So here we are on June 19th, looking towards the 4th of July. And I wanted to share a piece by Frederick Douglass. It's from a speech that he gave in 1852. And because of these two holidays so close to each other, I thought it was fitting for a number of reasons. First, because it was a speech when Frederick Douglass was invited to speak on the 5th of July for the celebration in his hometown of Rochester, New York, to speak to the people of Rochester on his reflections on what independence meant to him. But more importantly, the content. As I read these selections from the speech, I'm not reading the entire piece, but to listen for how he refers to this nation not as his nation, but as your nation to his audience. To listen to how relevant these words are and could be for us today with what we've been going through these past few months, and really for these years and decades in which racism has continued to be a problem. Listen for the way in which he references the story of Exodus, the Hebrew Scriptures, as he was fond of doing, but also as many leaders for freedom throughout the ages, as I mentioned earlier in the service, reference that narrative of the book of Exodus. And finally, I think what was really moving for me is the brilliance that he has in speaking to his audience and referencing what was only 75 years prior in 1776, referencing their parents and how their parents were the forefathers of this country and how their parents fought as he fights and as we look at those who fight today, that their parents too were rebels who created this country. And he seems to find a way to sympathize and bring those who are listening to him to sympathize or perhaps empathize with where he is. And so now I share with you selections from Frederick Douglass's What to the Slave is the 4th of July from July 5th, 1852 in Rochester, New York. This, for the purpose of this celebration, is the 4th of July. It is the birthday of your national independence and of your political freedom. This to you is what the Passover was to the emancipated people of God. It carries your minds back to the day and to the act of your great deliverance and to the signs and to the wonders associated with that act and that day. This celebration also marks the beginning of another year of your national life and reminds you that the Republic of America is now 76 years old. I am glad, fellow citizens, that your nation is so young. 76 years, though a good old age for a man, is but a mere speck in the life of a nation. 70 years and 10 is the allotted time for individual men, but nations number their years by thousands. According to this fact, you are, even now, only in the beginning of your national career, still lingering in the period of childhood. I repeat, I am glad this is so. There is hope in the thought, and hope is much needed under the dark clouds which lower above the horizon. The eye of the reformer is met with angry flashes, portending disastrous times, but his heart may well beat lighter at the thought that America is young, that she is still in the impressible stage of her existence. Fellow citizens, I shall not presume to dwell at length on the associations that cluster about this day. The simple story of it is that 76 years ago, the people of this country were British subjects. The style and title of your sovereign people was not then born. You were under the British crown. Your fathers esteemed the English government as the home government, and England as the fatherland. This home government, although a considerable distance from your home, did, in the exercise of its parental prerogatives, impose upon its colonial children such restraints, burdens, and limitations as in its mature judgment it deemed wise, right, and proper. But your fathers, who had not adopted the fashionable idea of this day, of the infallibility of government, and the absolute character of its acts, presumed to differ from the home government in respect to the wisdom and the justice of some of those burdens and restraints. They went so far in their excitement as to pronounce the measures of government unjust, unreasonable, and oppressive, and altogether such as ought not be to be quietly submitted to. Feeling themselves harshly and unjustly treated by the home government, your fathers, like men of honesty and men of spirit, earnestly sought redress. They petitioned and demonstrated. They did so in a decorous, respectful, and loyal manner. Their conduct was wholly unexceptionable. This, however, did not answer the purpose. They saw themselves treated with sovereign indifference, coldness, and scorn, yet they persevered. They were not the men to look back. As the sheet anchor takes a firmer hold, then the ship is tossed by the storm. So did the cause of your fathers grow stronger, as it breasted the chilling blasts of kingly displeasure. The greatest and best of British statesmen admitted its justice, and the loftiest eloquence of the British Senate came to its support. But with that blindness, which seems to be the unvarying characteristic of tyrants, since Pharaoh and his hosts were drowned in the Red Sea, the British government persisted in the exactions complained of. Oppression makes a wise man mad. Your fathers were wise men, and if they did not go mad, they became restive under this treatment. They felt themselves the victims of grievous wrongs, wholly incurable in their colonial capacity. With brave men, there is always a remedy for oppression. Your fathers staked their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor on the cause of their country. In their admiration of liberty, they lost sight of all other interests. They were peacemen, but they preferred revolution to peaceful submission to bondage. They were quiet men, but they did not shrink from agitating against oppression. They showed forbearance, but that they knew its limits. They believed in order, but not in the order of tyranny. With them, nothing was settled that was not right. With them, justice, liberty, and humanity were final, not slavery and oppression. Sidney Smith tells us that men seldom eulogize the wisdom and virtues of their fathers, but to excuse some folly or wickedness of their own. This truth is not a doubtful one. There are illustrations of it near and remote, ancient and modern. It was fashionable hundreds of years ago for the children of Jacob to boast, "We have Abraham to be our father," when they had long lost Abraham's faith and spirit. Fellow citizens, pardon me. Allow me to ask, why am I called upon to speak here today? What have I or those I represent to do with your national independence? Are the great principles of political freedom and of natural justice embodied in that Declaration of Independence extended to us? And am I therefore called upon to bring our humble offering to the national altar? I am not included within the pale of this glorious anniversary. Your high independence only reveals the immeasurable distance between us. The blessings in which you this day rejoice are not enjoyed in common. The rich inheritance of justice, liberty, prosperity, and independence bequeathed by your fathers is shared by you, but not by me. The sunlight that brought life and healing to you has brought stripes and death to me. This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn. To drag a man in fetters into the grand illuminated temple of liberty and call upon him to join you in joyous anthems where inhuman mockery and sacrilegious irony. Do you mean, citizens, to mock me by asking me to speak today? If so, there is a parallel to your conduct, a parallel from the Bible. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. We wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof, for there They that carried us away captive required us a song. How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? For if I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. And if I do not remember you, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. Fellow citizens, above your national tumultuous joy, I hear the mournful wail of millions, whose chains, heavy with grievous yesterday, are today rendered more intolerable by the jubilee shouts that reach them. If I do forget, if I do not faithfully remember those bleeding children of sorrow this day, may my right hand forget her cunning, and my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. I do not hesitate to declare with all my soul that the character and conduct of this nation never looked blacker to me than on this 4th of July. Whether we turn to the declarations of the past or to the professions of the present, the conduct of the nation seems equally hideous and revolting. America is false to the past, false to the present, and solemnly binds herself to be false to the future. Standing with God and the crushed and bleeding slave on this occasion, I will, in the name of humanity which is outraged, in the name of liberty which is fettered, in the name of the Constitution and the Bible, which are disregarded and trampled upon, dare to call in question and to denounce, with all the emphasis I can command, everything that serves to perpetuate slavery, the great sin and shame of America. I will not equivocate, I will not excuse, I will use the severest language I can command, and yet not one word shall escape me that any man whose judgment is not blinded by prejudice, or who is not at heart a slaveholder, shall not confess to fight and just. At a time like this, scorching irony, not convincing argument, is needed. Oh, had I the ability and could I reach the nation's ear, I would today pour out a fiery stream of biting ridicule, blasting reproach, withering sarcasm, and stern rebuke. For it is not light that is needed, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, and the earthquake. The feeling of the nation must be quickened. The conscience of the nation must be roused. The propriety of the nation must be startled, and the hypocrisy of the nation must be exposed. And its crimes against God and man must be proclaimed and denounced. What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him more than all other days in the year the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is the constant victim. The fact that the church of our country does not esteem the fugitive slave law as a declaration of war against religious liberty implies that the church regards religion simply as a form of worship, an empty ceremony, and not a vital principle requiring active benevolence, justice, love, and goodwill towards man. It esteems sacrifice above mercy, psalm singing above right-doing, solemn meetings above practical righteousness. A worship that can be conducted by persons who refuse to give shelter to the houseless, to give bread to the hungry, clothing to the naked, and who enjoin obedience to a law forbidding these acts of mercy is a curse, not a blessing to mankind. Let the religious press, the pulpit, the Sunday school, the conference meeting, the great ecclesiastical missionary, Bible, and tract associations of the land array their immense powers against slavery and slaveholding, and the whole system of crime and blood would be scattered to the winds. That they do not do this involves them in the most awful responsibility of which the mind can conceive. You declare before the world, and are understood by the world to declare, that you hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And yet, you hold securely in a bondage which, according to your own Thomas Jefferson, is worse than ages of that which your fathers rose in rebellion to oppose, a 7th part of the inhabitants of your country. Allow me to say in conclusion, notwithstanding the dark picture I have this day presented of the state of the nation, I do not despair of this country. I therefore leave off where I began, with hope. Nations do not now stand in the same relation to each other that they did ages ago. No nation can now shut itself up from the surrounding world and trot around in the same path of its fathers without interference. Intelligence is penetrating the darkest corners of the globe. It makes its pathway over and under the sea as well as on the earth. Wind, steam, and lightning are its chartered agents. Oceans no longer divide, but link nations together. From Boston to London is now a holiday excursion. Space is comparatively annihilated. Thoughts expressed on one side of the Atlantic distinctly are heard on the other. The fiat of the Almighty, let there be light, has not yet spent its force. God speed the year of Jubilee the wide world over, when from their galling chains set free, the oppressed shall vilely bend the knee and wear the yoke of tyranny like brutes no more. That year will come and freedom's reign to man his plundered fights again restore. God speed the day when human blood shall cease to flow, and every clime be understood, the claims of human brotherhood, and each return for evil good, not blow for blow. That day will come, all feuds to end and change into a faithful friend, each foe. God speed the hour, the glorious hour, when none on earth shall exercise a lordly power, nor in a tyrant's presence cower, but all to manhood's stature tower, by equal birth. That hour will come to each, to all, and from his prison house the thrall go forth. Shabbat Shalom. We continue in our prayer books now as we turn to the words of Aleinu as we rise, page 282.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה יוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We turn now in our prayer books to the prayer of Mourner's Kaddish, as we remind ourselves that it is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. And so we take this moment to remind ourselves of those people who touched our lives, who raised us, the ones who lived life with us, who we took that risk in loving them, and that now we offer this moment to remember them as we have lost them. This week, we remember Rose Bear, Max A. Bernstein, Isidore H. Birnbaum, Dora H. Cohen, Maxwell Emmerman, Dr. Irving Fagenbaum, Estelle M. Fortnoff, Henley K. Freeman, Lillian Goldenthal, Charlotte Goldfarb, Anna Goldman, Lois S. Greenwald, Victor Gross, Lena Hyman, Rachel Kane, Eva R. Cass, Vega Krongold, Julia Landers, Max Lowy, Hilda Love, Ronald Meltzer, Margie Marie Minnick, John R. Morris, Rosina Moss, Ben Nemiroff, Jacob M. Noble, Saul Regal, Dr. Joseph Resnick, Rosa Rivkin, Abraham Jacob Smith, Irving Spector, Joseph Sood, Morris Terrace, Marion Toll, Mary Walkner, Israel Winnick, Katie Wolfand, and Rosalind Wolfson. If there are names that you would like to share, please share them aloud now. As we turn to page 294, we share the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kariv v'meru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Almei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shmei Dekudusha Barichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, as we say. Amen. We gather around those who are near us or those who we are seeing through our screens as we bless each other with the words of the priests. Page 299 in our prayer book.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's presence be with you and be gracious unto you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May we always know that we are able to be with those we love no matter where they are. As we find a sense of peace and a sense of God, we say,
Amen.
A couple brief announcements. We appreciate everyone who participated in our High Holy Day survey, over 200 people. We thank you for all your comments and your feedback and your help in helping us to plan for the holidays that are approaching in a couple months. And we also we continue to enjoy seeing you in the best ways that we can these days, and we'll continue our schedule through June. The schedule is changing slightly as we enter into July, as we're going to go to a new summer schedule with a few new lunch and learn programs and a few things changing on the days. So please look for the upcoming bulletin. The window should be coming out in the next coming weeks as we begin July, and we'll have our July and August schedule in that window. Until then, we're on our current regular schedule tomorrow morning, Torah study at 9 o'clock through Zoom. And Sunday morning, which is Father's Day, we have an interview in my series of interviews with congregants of Steve Swedler, giving us some good fatherly advice on how to care for our adult children who live far from us during these strange days. And so I spoke with Steve today, and we'll publish the video on Sunday, and we encourage you to watch that as well. And then we'll start back Monday with our morning meditation and our schedule as we've had for the last few months. We'll conclude with the words of Kiddush and Motzi as we invite you to raise a glass and share in the prayers with us, pages 4 and 5 in our prayer books.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodeshu b'yahava uvratzon hichilanu. Zikaron l'masi b'reishit ki hu yam techila l'mikroi kodesh zecher l'tziad mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol amim V'shabbat kodecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim, everybody. Please join us in Motzi. Gather some bread around your table, and we'll share in Motzi, and then our closing song, Od Yevo Shalom Aleinu, as we thank Aaron Fried for joining us, and Cantor Kathy for blessing us with our music for our prayers this evening. Motzi, and then Od Yevo Shalom Aleinu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Od Yevo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yevo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yevo Shalom Aleinu ve'yakulam. Od Yevo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yevo Shalom Aleinu. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.